These are difficult and dangerous times. Waves of violence are washing across our country with the lives of Black, Indigenous, and people of color particularly vulnerable and at risk. Anyone who does not identify as white and heterosexual is at risk of assault, whether it be verbal or physical. The COVID virus continues to spread, aided by people who are willing to risk their own and others' lives as they ignore all safety recommendations. Species of animals and plants are rapidly disappearing. The country's natural resources are on the bidding block, and there is a line waiting to pillage them. Children who are at risk are rapidly slipping away as schools do not open. Relationships are being torn apart by vicious politics, and children continue to live in cages separated from their families. Some days this list seems to have no end. And yet, as Unitarian Universalists, we hold on to hope, we hold on to love, and we continue the work whose foundation is supported by our 7 principles. To quote beloved Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg, we vote not only to win, but we vote for what is yet possible. This morning we come together to share and learn from one another and to consider how we might carry the democratic light of our 5th principle out into the world, illuminating a path of conscience and justice for all. The Unitarian Universalist Association's UU the Vote initiative can be our guide. I have been excited by the UU the Vote initiative since I first learned of it. Expanding the democratic vision for our country is exciting. Being engaged in work that may help reduce or eliminate all or some of the challenges facing our country is exciting. Building coalitions is exciting. Working alongside others who share this path is exciting. But the real magic, the thing that really excites me, is that UU the Vote is a nonpartisan initiative. It is inclusive of all. At its core, UU the Vote is a call for we progressive people of faith to affect the 2020 elections by engaging in values-based conversations that are rooted in our theology and principles. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe in the worth and dignity of each and every person. We believe in diversity. We believe in self-determination and agency. We believe in justice and equity. We believe we are all part of an interdependent web of life. Together, we can build a movement built upon these values. Together, we can defeat hate. So where to begin this work? While there are many specific actions we may take, such as helping to register voters or participating in a phone bank, more broadly, UU the Vote encourages us to take advantage of our position as Unitarian Universalists by engaging in courageous conversations. We can bring our hearts and minds to dialogue with our neighbors, with people in our social circles, and with people in our communities. Conversations with people we know can be one of the most effective means of relaying important information. These conversations leave participants with food for thought, with things to mull over long after the dialogue ends. The seeds we plant during these dialogues may grow into a more compassionate worldview and perhaps an increase in civic engagement. Imagine the circles of engagement spreading out from these conversations. We begin our courageous conversations by deciding what we would like to talk about. A specific issue or need, or do we desire a broader discussion? We think about what values, beliefs, and assumptions may be at play and how we might better understand another's perspective. How can we connect in a meaningful and authentic way? How do we develop our beliefs and what helps us change our perspective? And then we sit down and begin talking with one another. Not at, but with. We sit and learn about the person we are speaking with and what their concerns are, what their values are, and what they hold dear. We take the time to get to know one another. We learn to engage rather than disengage when we agree or disagree. Courageous conversations are conversations grounded in our faith, and in fact, they are faith work. In order to be fully present with one another, we must be fully grounded and well nourished in our faith. Our faith, Unitarian Universalism, calls on us to consider the larger whole of which we are part when voting. By engaging in the faith work of courageous conversations and courageous voting, we connect more deeply with our true selves and with our communities. We can enter into right relationships with our communities and nurture these relationships via courageous conversations to further justice for all. The Reverend Ashley Horgan, the UUA Organizing Strategy Director, describes this faith work so eloquently, and I quote her now. We say it again and again, even when the proof lies somewhere beyond the horizon, beyond our reach, beyond our imagination. This is our faith. Another world is possible. Not somewhere else, another world, another lifetime, but here and now for us and for all. Another world is possible. There is no single path toward that world, no one strategy or approach that will restore balance, heal brokenness, sow wholeness, free creation. There are many routes toward liberation, toward freedom, but the abundance of options does not absolve us of the responsibility of acting. Another world is possible. The call, the duty of each moment in history is to discern this, that another world is possible. Who are we and what can we bring with humility, integrity, faith? What is the context and how can we address it with agility, resilience, skill? What is the vision and how can we realize it with accountability, relationship, joy? Another world is possible. In this time of despair, of fear, of collapse, this time that is both like every other era and like no other time in history, it is audacious to declare our faith and to commit our whole work and to commit our work to a world that is more free, more just, more whole. But we are an audacious people in good company, with many kin, and we are ready to show up and work hard and stay humble and make friends and hold the vision, starting here, now, today with us and persevering, however long it takes, until that other world is not only possible, but another world is here, unquote. I encourage you all to be the world changers that our faith calls us to become. Start having courageous conversations with your neighbors. Together, we can vote love and defeat hate. Together, we can UU the vote. Thank you.